I had a couple thoughts this morning, sitting here in my parking space in the post office parking lot at work, looking at the nice full moon, or basically full, very nice. Too bad my iPhone can't reduce its exposure enough to get a decent picture of the moon. You think somebody would have programmed that into those things, but I guess not. You can't tell you're looking at the moon, I suppose. But, man, first of all, I was driving to work this morning, listening to an old episode of Casey Kasem's American Top 40 from 1984, like March 24th or something like that. March of 1984, 21 years ago. Listening to this song, I'm thinking, damn, that was 41 years ago. And I was 21 years old at the time. Man, it makes you think about the journey you've been on for so long. I was a young adult at that time. And damn, here I am 40 years later. I'd give anything to be back in that situation. Maybe not that situation, but to have my 21-year-old body. I would love that. Be the person I am now, in the place I am now, and all of that. But have my 21-year-old body and know that I had a good solid 40 years ahead of me without any major health problems or anything. Man, that would be wonderful. But then, after I got here to work, started looking a little bit through YouTube. Yet another video. Oh, here comes one of the runners for our little road race here in Winter Park, running through our parking lot. We had to block off the entrances to the parking lot here so people won't steal all our parking spaces. I'm not sure how he ended up lost in our parking lot. But, I was looking through YouTube, and yet another video talking about 5 reasons why older men have given up on dating or whatever, or something like that. I just wonder how many people sit around and watch this stuff. I don't know how healthy that is. I guess people are watching it, or they wouldn't, people wouldn't be making videos of it. I need to check out some of that stuff sometime and see how many views it gets. Maybe that's what I need to start making videos about. Why men have given up on modern women and shit like that, But I wonder, the people who are sitting around watching that stuff all the time, I wonder, man, what kind of a miserable life they must have, But that's what they want to focus on in their time. And just sit around watching that stuff all the time, getting more angry and more depressed and more upset about things and how horrible life is, Because, I don't know, for me, I just don't think it's that horrible. Maybe I'm one of the lucky ones. But you see a lot of that on YouTube all the time. These guys sitting around bitching about women and why men have given up on women. And then you've got a lot of these channels where the people are just basically doing reaction stuff. Every day they just pull up a bunch of videos that they found on YouTube, and they pull up a split screen and sit there and talk about, look at this entitled woman who thinks that she deserves this and deserves that. And, here's another man who's given up on ever having a date again and stuff like that, and offering their commentary. That's kind of a lucrative thing, I think, on YouTube, though. Maybe I should focus more on that. Doing reaction videos to people who are checking out of life, checking out of the dating scene, checking out of the work scene. I talking to some of the guys I work with here at the post office. Got a lot of people kind of stressing out about stuff with all this Doge crap, and the Postmaster General signing some kind of an agreement with Elon Musk that, we're going to voluntarily cut this many jobs or whatever through voluntary early retirement and things like that. Supposedly, I guess this next week, we're going to start doing our arbitration for our contract, since we've been working without a contract for a couple of years. And the membership voted down the last agreement. So who knows what we'll get out of this. I'm hoping it's not something even worse than what this previous tentative agreement was. We have some delusional people at the post office who think they're going to get some crazy giant raise out of all this stuff. And we're going to be lucky to keep what we were offered the first time around, I think. There's a big changes coming down the road for the post office. I'm just hoping at least we can get locked into a contract for the next couple of years. But you got a lot of stuff like that going on in life. You know, a lot of people really stressing about things, a lot of uncertainty about what's going on. And all of that. So I guess it's only natural, you know, to have people sitting around talking about, the dating and everything. A lot of people are in just a negative frame of mind these days. And some of them for good reason, you know. I mean, you got a lot of people trapped in houses that are money pits. They got into these things and thinking it's going to be a good investment and save them from ever increasing rents and have their own house and build equity. And now they're trapped in it and they have to figure out how to repair everything that keeps going wrong with it. And, you know, all their costs that are associated with owning a house keep going up and up and up. So that's just, I guess, a thing that a lot of people like to search out on YouTube and sit around and, you know, commiserate about this stuff. But I don't know. I guess I'm just, I've never been too great at just focusing on the negative stuff all the time. It just doesn't make me feel good. You know, it's like listening to the radio. You know, these sad, tear-jerking songs come on. I just can't handle it. I guess I've had enough real-life sadness in my life at various different times. I'm not really interested in, you know, provoking those emotions unnecessarily, I guess, in my life. So, I don't know, to each his own. But apparently it's kind of lucrative for some of these channels, because that's basically what they do. Is every time they make a video, it's about how horrible the dating situation is for men these days. It's either that or the job situation or this sucks or that sucks. And there's plenty of stuff out there that sucks for sure. I just thank God that at the moment I'm in a situation where my life doesn't totally suck like that. But who knows what's going to happen these next few years. A lot more people's lives could start sucking. Hopefully there's going to be an ultimate end game where we come back out of it better than what we were, you know. Sometimes there is a bit of pain. That's the truth, to fix things. You can't just keep going further and further down a hole without doing something once in a while to fix things. And it's not fun, though, if you're one of the ones that's getting hurt while the fix is taking place. But there's a lot of it going around. Hopefully some of these people can find something that makes them feel good to do in the meantime and get some kind of joy out of life. Because life is short. If you spend the whole thing just thinking about all the negative shit instead of focusing on something positive and trying to find a way out of your situation, that's not good. You have to keep going. It's even in my situation. I don't know what the future holds, but I'm not planning to lay down and die. I'll find something fun to do, something that gives me some kind of satisfaction no matter what happens. Change happens. That's the one thing you can always count on, is change. No matter how many plans we have, sooner or later you're going to have to change something.